Stop number 15 on the NNSCRA Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series brings us to Lucas Oil Raceway at Indianapolis, Indiana. This is the short track that we're talking about here. That sits next to the drag strip at the same facility. And this course is all this located about 10 miles west of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where we were at the last race on the tour. So get ready for some nighttime short track truck racing here in the Hunt Brothers Truck Series. As here's the starting lineup for the 60-lap race. On the pole, it's Charles Sanford, number 16. His only win came on the short track at Colorado National Speedway. He's alongside number 60, Daniel Bouchard. Second row has Nathan Hudson at number 6 and number 5, Phil Parker, who won at Pocono this season. Next row is Keith Batson in 28 and number 3, Cole Deaver. Then it's number 87, Cassie Dent in the Bell Mobility Chevrolet. She's alongside number 48, Paul Minnick. Next row down has number 75, Zachary Fitzwater, and number 44, it is Matt McIntyre alongside. Next row down has Stephen Colon in 18 and number 86, Ty Dent. And then it's Jesse Turner, the winner at Charlotte this season, number 80. And number 4, it's Jessica Shelton. Next row down has number 8, Matt Haas. Alongside of him will be number 24, number 24, Nathan Ormond. Excuse me. And then it's number 2, Dylan Young on the inside of the next row down. He has alongside number 30. It is Rob Evans, who winner at California this season. Next row down has Gene Sanford, number 94, and number 29. It is Johnny Gardner. Next row down, Mike Becker, who nearly won at Indianapolis, the last race on the tour, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, that is. Beside him, number 98, it is Joshua Osborne. Next row down is number 99, Levi McIntyre, and number 06, it is Mitchell Collins. Next row down has number 25, Seth Cole, who has one of our 3-in truck cameras in today's race. He's alongside number 50, Kat Batson. Next row down has number 52, Kyle Matthews, and number 19, Sebastian Dent. Next row down has Quentin Moore in the Racing with Jesus Ford Racing with Jesus Ford here in this race here today. He's alongside number 88, number 88. It is Zach Winkle. Next row down is number 17, Robbie Fox, and number 49, Josh King. Then it's Roberto Crown Jr., number 62. Beside him will be number 83, James Sykes. Next row down has number 7, Logan Williams, and number 38, Dexter Black. And starting shotgun in the field will be number 81, it is Scott Upton, and number 1, it is Henry Williams sitting alongside. So that's the starting lineup for this race here today. As here comes the command to fire the engines for 60 laps of short track trucking madness here at the Lucas Oil Raceway.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Command given to fire the engines. We mentioned Seth Cole's one of our in-truck cameras. The other 2 carried by one's inside the pole sitter's truck, Charles Sanford. And our second truck will lie inside the camera, lie inside Cole Deaver's truck here as the pace lap happens here. We'll be back for the start right after this. Pace truck is already on the pit road here as the Chevrolet swept the top 4 spots in qualifying. Green flag flies and Charles Sanford leads them down, and we are underway at Lucas Oil Raceway. Phil Parker has already moved to the inside of Daniel Bouchard for the number 2 position here. Number 5, DuPont Chevrolet. Through turns number 1 and 2 they come, or turns number 3 and 4. And it's Charles Sanford leading lap number 1 here. Sanford looking for his second victory of the season. Off the second turn they come here as they come down the backstretch here at Lucas Oil Raceway as Keith Batson now moves to the low side. And they come off the 4th turn here. Chevrolet, as we mentioned, has been very strong during the entire sessions here at Indy. But you got a Ford now sweeping in his mix here. Keith Batson, who is running 5th position right now, as he and Cole Deaver are giving challenge to each other. And you got 3 more Chevys up there as well too. Cassie Dent in the 87, the 48 of Paul Minnick and a 75 of Zachary Fitzwater. And you got a winner from the race at the Brickyard at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Matt McIntyre, who won the last race at the Brickyard. Is running right now and battling for 10th here between he and the 18 of Stephen Cologne. And it's one thing that's one manufacturer we gotta keep an eye on here for in this last half of the season here. Dodge has won twice this season so far. Both of them were the Team Mopar trucks of Johnny Gardner and Rob Evans, who've given Dodge its 2 wins this season. But they have been coming on strong the last few races here with Gardner, Evans, Seth Cole, Stephen Cologne, and even Ty Dent is another one too. Has given and Mike Becker's those trucks have been given Dodge something to cheer about the last few races. Those drivers have not yet won except for Evans and Gardner, as we mentioned. They've been the only two who's given Dodge a win this season so far. But they have found something in their program right here, and that was kind of iffy in the first of the season. But they have been running strong since then here, and Dodge by the way has 7 trucks in the field by the way too, along with 13 Chevrolets and 15 Fords. But right now it's a Chevrolet leading the pack here with Charles Sanford as he leads here at Lucas Oil Raceway at Indianapolis. As you go on board with the number 16 Papa John's truck. See how Charles drives his track here as they come off the 4th turn here, 115 miles an hour. And you'll go into turn number 1 at 135 miles an hour and backs it down to about 98 miles an hour in the middle of 1 and 2. Picks up the throttle a little bit, about 112 coming off turn number 2. And down about 95 miles an hour in the middle of 3 and 4. His lap speed this time by clocks in at 111.899 miles per hour, almost 112 miles an hour around this racetrack at Lucas Oil Raceway. Fast laps of the race so far here as we look at those. Set by Mike Becker at 112.097 miles an hour. In fact, the top 3 trucks all over 112 miles per hour. Jesse Turner and Daniel Bouchard being the other 2 trucks that's hit the 112 mark. But right now, Daniel Bouchard is in second position. He is about a little over 1 second behind the second place truck, as you see Nathan Hudson now getting around the 5 of Phil Parker, who's in 4th position right now. Hudson running in 3rd. Keith Batson runs in 5th position. Cole Devers in 6th. 7th position is Paul Minnick. Cassie Dent is in 8th spot. 9th is Zachary Fitzwater, and Stephen Cologne is in 10th. He's the leading Dodge in the field so far. Matt McIntyre looking to change that, looking to knock Cologne out of the top 10 though, as they battle for 10th position. Jesse Turner runs in 12th position. Ty Dent's 13th. Jessica Shelton running in 14th position. 15th is Dylan Young. And again, we said this before, but it bears saying again, the number 4 and the 2 trucks are both sponsored by Team ASE, but they are not the same team. As we mentioned, but they are 14th and 15th right now. And there's Shelton leading that bunch here, 14th in 14th position is what I'm trying to say here. Young is 15th. 16th is Matt Haas. 17th is Nathan Ormond. Mike Becker's in 18th. Levi McIntyre 19th, and Gene Sanford, who suffered that hard crash he had at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In that crash with 2 laps to go, though, she's running 20th right now. Seth Cole's 21st. 22nd is Rob Evans, and Kyle Matthews runs in 23rd position. As you go on board with Seth Cole at number 25. And Seth is another one another one of those strong Dodges in the field that's kind of come on the last few races. But I tell you what, guys like Ian Becker and a few others out of that Dodge camp, though, if they don't win another race this season, I will be surprised a little bit, because they have been running strong the last few races here, and Seth's truck being one of them. Not running strong right now in 21st, though, however, but they may be a force to be reckoned with as the second half of the season progresses on. But Seth right now giving Gene Sanford chases it as they're running 21st position here, and he's got a little bit loose in the turn number 1. That allowed Rob Evans in the 30 to close up just a slight bit, though. Matthews is 23rd. 24th is Joshua Osborne. 25th is Johnny Gardner. 26th is his teammate, Quentin Moore, in the 21 car and 21 truck here. He'll carry the Racing with Jesus Ford for the rest of the season, by the way, after the Ortho parking the Ortho truck. The Ortho is still sponsored somewhere on this truck, though, however, but Quentin likes this truck a whole lot better. This is the truck that Morgan Shepherd drove back in 1996 that he's driving as they come out the 4th turn right now here. Quentin right now runs in 26th position. He is not having a good day so far. Robbie Bogues in 27th. 28th is Cat Batson. 29th is Mitchell Collins. 30th is Zach Winkle. 31st is Roberto Crown Jr. Then Josh King, Dexter Black, Sebastian Dent, James Sykes, and Logan Williams, the top 36, and Scott Upton and Henry Williams are the trucks that complete the tail end of the pack. And maybe overhauled in just a few laps by this man in the 16 truck, Charles Sanford, who has so far dominated this race here, as we are now 21 laps in the books and 39 left to go in the season. And Daniel Bouchard has closed it up to about within a second on the front truck. Nathan Hudson runs in 3rd position, and still Phil Parker still 4th. In 5th position is still Keith Batson. So Chevrolet has the first 4 trucks right now, with a Ford running in 5th position at this point, at this juncture of the race. So that's the sights and sounds of Truck Series racing from Lucas Oil Raceway. As we watch Keith Batson now move the inside of Phil Parker. That's for 4th position. And Cole Deaver's also caught up on the high side of the track here, as he's got Paul Minnick to the low side in the 48 machine. Deaver trying to make that outside lane work, though, as he's trying to get by Batson. But that's not going to work here. Batson keeps 5th position right now, but Deaver not giving up in the number 3 truck as he holds off, as he at least does hold off the 48 truck of Paul Minnick, though, in the MB&A Chevrolet. And there you see some battling going on right there. That's Dent in the 87, Cassie Dent, that is, in the Bellsell Mobility Chevrolet. Zachary Fitzwater in the 75, and the 18 of Stephen Colonis, who squeezes between Fitzwater and Matt McIntyre. Cologne trying to move to the low side here as he tries to get by the 75 of Fitzwater, but let's see what happens off that 4th corner. 10th place is, or 9th place is what they're battling for right there. Matt McIntyre not far behind in the number 44 truck, and they're also trying to bring in Jesse Turner and Ty Dent in this mix as well, too. Again, McIntyre runs in 11. 12 is still Dent, or 12 is still Turner, I should say. Then all the way back to Jessica Shelton in 14th position right now, as we watch the Fitzwater truck now trying to gain on the 87 of Cassie Dent. That's for 8th spot they're trying to gain up on. And those trucks, after a little bit of battling going on right there, they kind of single filed in between. But now Charles Sanford is about to catch up to the lap trucks of Henry Williams, Scott Upton, and the 83 of James Sykes. And that is allowing Daniel Bouchard to close it up a little bit. And the number 60 truck is now 9/10 of a second between the front two trucks. As we're about to watch and see what happens here as they do catch up to the back of the pack here. So they are closing up on that one truck. In fact, Sanford's almost up in the back bumper of the Sears Die-Hard Chevrolet. Down the low side goes Sanford. High side goes Henry Williams. You know Henry does not want to be put a lap down here, and Sanford has actually pulled ahead of Bouchard a little bit while catching up to lap traffic here. Into turn number one they come here as you see Charles still trying to get by Bouchard, or not Bouchard, but Henry Williams in the number one machine. Still 1 second between those front two trucks. $34 laps in the books and 26 laps remaining here at Lucas Oil Raceway as we're see what battles are going on for position here between trucks. You got some trucks nose to tail here a little bit. See number 8 of Matt Haas and number 2 of Dylan Young. That's 15th and 16th on your screen. Levi McIntyre's moved up a couple spots. He's up to 17th right now. And the number 99 XI Batteries Ford. Gene Sanford in 18th. Seth Cole is now broken into the top 20 in 19th. And 20th is Rob Evans with Kyle Matthews behind him in 21st spot. As Nathan Ormond and Joshua Osborne now battling it out here for position as 22nd and 23rd. And there's the front two trucks, and yeah, Daniel Bouchard's closed up really pretty good on the 16 of Charles Sanford. Now it's now it was about a second a couple of laps ago. Now it's now 4/10 of a second. So Bouchard trying to take advantage of Charles Sanford having trouble getting by the number one truck of Daniel Bouchard, or not Daniel Bouchard, of number one truck of Henry Williams. Through turns 1 and 2 they come here. Bouchard trying to close up in that Cat Reynolds Chevrolet. See what the margin is this time by off turn number 4. Less than 3/10 of a second now. So it's now down to almost a little over a quarter of a second. Catching him is one thing, but passing him is a whole other story on a short track here. Bouchard takes a slightly lower lane than did Sanford. See that worked a little bit. He looks like he lost a little bit of ground that time by. Yes, he did. 3/10 of a second. For the margin is this time by between the 16 and the 60 trucks. Bouchard drives it down the inside of the lane and turns 3 and 4 here. He falls in behind the 16 truck as they follow in the same tire tracks between those front two machines. 700 is how much Bouchard knocked it off that time by. Charles Sanford is looking at one truck of Henry Williams saying, "Don't do this to me," and he does. He moves to the inside now of Henry and says Bouchard's now up on my back end, and I want by that number one truck. And Sanford and Bouchard got together right there, and knocks the 60 truck up the track. And that's let Nathan Hudson now in this battle in the number 6 machine. Hudson for second place right there, but Bouchard's got blood in his eye now. Daniel did not like that move at all, and I would imagine though he may have a little something for Charles there the next time they get to the back, next time they get nose to tail. Back bumper from Charles Sanford's view. Quarter of a second between those front two trucks here. Phil Parker and Keith Batson's also closed up in the 5 and the 28 trucks. And it's now 16 hundredths of a second here. Here comes Bouchard down there up on the back bumper of Charles as they come off turn number 2. He peaks to the low side of the 16 truck as they go through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Charles a little bit high here. Bouchard down low a little bit as they come off the 4th turn. No dice this time by, though. 46 laps in the books, 14 to go. We could be in for something good here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Don't tune your sets here, folks, because we're in for a pretty good finish. Off turn number 4 they come here. Sanford continues to lead now as we're down to 13 to go. Inside of Henry Williams in the number 1 truck here. Bouchard up the high side here. He's going to follow that number 1 of Williams though as they go into turn number 2 and turn number 3, trying to get a draft off of them. And now you got 4 trucks you can throw a blanket over here. Hudson, low side of Bouchard for 2nd place. And now you got top 5 trucks now all in this mix here. Parker and Batson trying to figure out where they want to go. Parker decides to go high right there up on the high side of Henry Williams' truck. And now Keith Batson now getting by Phil Parker. That's for 4th position there. And Cole Deaver now trying to do the same thing in the number 3 machine. Paul Minnick and Cassie Dent joining in on the fun now too. And now Minnick now caught up behind the number 5 of Phil Parker. And Zachary Fitzwater not far behind this as well too in a 75 machine. So you got much of the top 10 battling right there in this batch of trucks. Only Bouchard and Sanford has broken away from this bunch here, and now Batson. Whoa, gosh, that was close. Got moved up the track here, and that's letting Phil Parker back by him, or trying to go back by him now. The 5 and 28 trucks going out of here, and still being caught behind the one of Henry Williams, who's now been lapped for quite a few laps now, but here they come through turns 1 and 2 again. The 16 and the 60 trucks are now still have now pulled away though, but now the gaps open up between those 2 trucks here. It's now 8 tenths of a second between Bouchard in 2nd place and Charles Sanford in 1st. As we're now down to 7 laps to go in this race here, Scott Upton's the next truck they might negotiate. Parker inside for 3rd position. He's got it here, and he's going to try to bring the 3 truck of Cole Deaver behind them. But Batson's got a strong line on the outside here as he's able to zip by Deaver. And now Keith tries to get by the 5 of Phil Parker for the 3rd actually, this is for 4th spot, not for 3rd. Excuse me, this is for 4th spot. Parker's got it. Batson wants it. Deaver running 6th position. Cassie Dent now has 7th. 8th is Paul Minnick. 9th is Stephen Colon. And 10th is Zachary Fitzwater. A little bit further away back right there, Matt McIntyre's in 11th. 12th is Jesse Turner. 13th is Ty Dent. 14th, battle for 14th between Jessica Shelton and Matt Haas. But meantime, coming back to the leaders here, we got 3 laps remaining now. Charles Sanford has led every lap so far in this race here, and he hopes. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think he'll catch up to the 81 truck of Scott Upton. I don't think he will though, because I think Charles might be safe of trying to negotiate another lap truck here. As we're now down to 2 to go, will be the white flag this time by for the number 16 Papa John Chevrolet. He has won only once this season. That came at Colorado National Speedway, another short track out there in the Rocky Mountain State. He's about he's about a half a mile away from getting one in the Hoosier State. The little 5/8 mile short track. Bouchard's still trying to close up, but he's not going to be able to do it here through turns number 3 and 4. And chalk it up for Charles Sanford as he wins at Lucas Oil Raceway. There's the checkered flag. Charles Sanford goes to victory lane. Second position will go to Daniel Bouchard. Third to Nathan Hudson. Fourth to Phil Parker. And Keith Batson holds off Cole Deaver to finish in fifth. Deaver comes home 6th. 7th will go to Cassie Dent. 8th to Paul Minnick. 9th to Stephen Colon. And 10th position will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Average speed 110.19 miles per hour. Hard to believe. Caution-free at Lucas Oil Raceway. That's something that you'll never see. So that will complete the 15 races are complete in this race here so far. As we are heading down to the hump, as we're heading down to the final. Let's see. As we'll be down to the final 11 races of the season here in the NNSCRA Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series. So gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Matt McIntyre comes home in 11th. 12th will go to Jesse Turner. 13th will be Ty Dent. 14th to Matt Haas. 15th Jessica Shelton. 16th will go to Dylan Young, Gene Sanford, Levi McIntyre, Seth Cole, and Rob Evans, the top 20. Then it's Kyle Matthews, Joshua Osborne, Nathan Ormond, Quentin Moore, Johnny Gardner, Kat Batson, Mike Becker, Zach Winkle, Robbie Bogues, and Mitchell Collins, the top 30. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Roberto Crown Jr., Josh King, Dexter Black, Sebastian Dent, Logan Williams, James Sykes, and Scott Upton, the lead lap finishers here. Henry Williams is the only truck that did not finish on the lead lap. He finishes this race in 38th position. So that will do it here today at Lucas Oil Raceway. Congratulations once again to Charles Sanford, the winner here today. And so next race on the tour will be at Watkins Glen for this series. So for now, this is Red Racing 1985 saying this is a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of off-on racing at its best. We will see you at Watkins Glen.